But what I find disturbing in that video that we just showed is that in terms of the order of protocol, I spent 4 years studying diplomacy. And I'm not boasting about it. Right. I took courses, I took exams, and all of that. I read the books. They were coming in terms of the order of protocol before the ministers of the Federal Republic. Now, what is their role there that they will come? They are even put there before the Minister of Foreign Affairs. Who is going to explain that protocol arrangement, to us as Nigerians?
The overbearing influence of Seyi Tinubu's over state affairs was first noticed prior to the Lekki Tollgate massacre of Nigerian youth who were out on a peaceful protest against police brutality. Seyi's company is alleged to hold a monopoly of right to the lighting and the camera system at the facility. Though his role, or of the company, was hidden from the preying eyes of the public, but this effect set the stage for what will become the worst state onslaught against peaceful and unharmed civilians in human history. They set the stage for what was to follow by switching off the lights before the military opened fire on the citizens, sending countless to early grave. Till date, lack of public transparency still traces the tragedy. The president and commander-in-chief of the armed forces at the time was Muhammadu Buhari, who by implication is responsible for ordering a shoot-aside of the peaceful protesters. The worst human puppet in the history of national leadership. Once you can find a narrative to appeal to his ego, you have pulled the string to get the puppet to dance to your sound. Buhari will later confess what the narrative that got the order out was. The young people want to overthrow my government. Who pulled the string on the president? Though unseen, Seyi and father's hand can be excused from the death at the toll gate. While the yoke remains Buhari's burden to bear, truth has never been buried successfully. If time doesn't reveal it, characters will. Our king had hardly been crowned when the first son of Pastor Remi Tinubu for the president, Oluwasufemi Tinubu, the crown prince of Lagos State, and the Oluomo of Nigeria showed us their family mission to power. He showed up in the chamber of the State House, pacing up and down needlessly during the Federal Executive Council meeting. The rudeness of his conduct, not even his father could keep his pretense off. He was forced, as it looks now, against his will, to openly rebuke his son. Seyi, according to Mr. President, has no business being in the chamber during the NEC meeting. Please, what business then does he have to be on the entourage to Qatar? Tinubu said he will cut the cost of governance by limiting his entourage on foreign trips to 20 persons after the national outcry that greeted the trip to the COP28 UN Climate Change Conference in Dubai, the United Arab Emirates, where over 1,400 delegates were alleged to have made the trip, and about 590 of them were sponsored by the government at an alleged cost of 885 million to taxpayers. Emil Lokan seems to be clearly defined. Emil Lokan and Sons Nigeria Limited. The entourage to Qatar included 3 members of the Tinubu immediate and extended family, 35 members of the main body who arrived in 2 separate jets, and an advanced team estimated at 40 persons who also flew in a separate jet. In all, 3 jets from the presidential fleet landed in Qatar with about 70 persons, excluding flight crew of 15 persons for 3 aircrafts. This president is lost to advice. He has successfully surrounded himself with yes men, sycophants, and hypocrites. No man of conscience should spare Tinubu and Sons on this. I read a friend of mine who is an APC chieftain on the WhatsApp platform of my media friends, and I was sorry for the president and his family. He wrote, quote, "This eyesore and hideous incident is another low for Tinubu as a leader. I was appalled and disgusted because this is coming when Nigerians are in pain, desperate, hungry, and angry about how they are being governed. One can just imagine how the Qatari officials will be thinking when the president's sons, who are not government officials, unknown investors, could be there, talk less of being introduced before the Minister of Foreign Affairs. I wish one could hear how Tinubu introduced his 2 sons. We say, meet Oluwasufemi Tinubu, my son, the first son of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And again, this is Oluwayinka Tinubu, the second son of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I'm just wondering what will be going through the mind of the Qataris. This is impunity taken to the highest level. It is highly provocative and insinuating. It is disrespectful to all Nigerians. Tinubu is democratically elected as president and not as a king in a monarchical country. It is high time people who are close to this president talk some senses into his head. He should cease from insulting and disrespecting us. There is a thick cloud over this country. No one knows the stray that will break the camel's back. If my friend was angry with the president and his sons, I will not. My anger is with men who fail to lift up their heads when it matters. Led by the honorable, can we in all honesty still retain any honor for men who couldn't stand up for their own honor? Qatar order of protocol is the most dishonoring one I have seen in 57 years of my life. Next to Tinubu and Sons in order of protocol were Ambassador Yusuf Maitama Tuga, Foreign Affairs. The minister was joined on the line of shame by the elected governors of Borno and Kaduna, their excellencies Babagana Zulum and Ubasani, the Minister of Finance and the coordinating Minister of the Economy, Mr. Wale Odedu, made the line with Dele Alake, Minister for Solid Minerals. Same for Nuhu Ribadu, Defense Advisor, Mele Kaire, the Group Chief Executive Officer of Nigeria National Petroleum Company Limited, and the parrot at the Villa, Ajuri Ngalale, completed the line of Iwafos who file behind Oluwa Sufemi and Oluwa Yinka Tinubu. Church ministries like public ministries are held in trust for the people. Many don't understand it when we demand succession, transparency, and accountability for leaders of churches. This conduct is not different from what the attitude of our church leaders are. I want to believe that they manage the situation by not walking away from that line of protocol. I've waited to see a resignation by any of their appointees and immediate chiding of what the elected governor were subjected to by the sons of Tinubu, but I seem to be waiting in vain to see if any author of honor is still left with these men that should compel them to resign for breach of protocol and gross disrespect to their office upon their return to Nigeria. Dr. Ruben Abati, who studied protocol for 4 years, who wrote and passed exams according to him, asks, are the sons of president not gainfully employed? I also want to remind Shade, Sheyi, and Yinka that they are adults and not dependents of the president. They should focus on their careers. What seems to be rumored before 2023 that the president Bola Ahmed Tinubu wanted Sheyi Tinubu as a governorship candidate for Lagos State seems to be adding up. I think we should be prepared for Sheyi in Lagos as governor in 2027. Mommy back to the Senate for Senate presidency, and Oluwa Yinka can make do with the chief of staff to his father. Please don't they say it's not possible. What have you done to the embarrassing impossibility that has become our reality in Qatar? The Emir of Qatar, Sheikh Hamid, after his warm embrace of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, was led in hand by the president to the most senior officials of the Federal Republic of Nigeria on his entourage with that official portfolio. Mr. Oluwa Sufemi Tinubu, followed in order of seniority of protocol by Oluwayimika Tinubu. Many Nigerians have risen in defense of this indefensible. What have you seen in the media against this institutional nepotism by Tinubu? Buhari was nowhere near this when crumb-seeking Southwest media descended on him. Where are they now? They are shut up by our Lokan. If not for the Arise team that raised this, it probably would have gone unnoticed. Tinubu has exceeded Buhari in nepotism with the appointment of his son-in-law as DG Federal Housing Authority, his brother as a minister. Now his sons were presented to the world as the most senior officials from Nigeria after their father, even though they were banned from attending FEC meeting. A pity if Nigerians can't see this Emil Lokan and Sons coming and rise against it. Thank you for listening. Please ensure you like, subscribe, and drop your comment reaction in the comment box. Also ensure you share the video. Thank you.